My name is Alexandra Mateescu. I'm a researcher on the Labor Futures Initiative at the Data and Society Research Institute. My work for the past decade or so has been investigating the role that technology has played in shaping workers' relationships to their work, the ways that different forms of surveillance, what's often called algorithmic management, AI and automation has affected working conditions, workers' relationships to power and voice in the workplace, as well as the structures that shape the workplace relations across different sectors, sectors like retail, agriculture, service industries, care work, the gig platform economy, basically a lot of professions where technology has been brought into the workplace in ways that often are exploitative, or they shape the kinds of power relations that workers have in relation to employers, but also technology companies. Technology is inherently political. It doesn't simply appear in a place. It's an outcome of different sets of decisions, of incentives, of priorities, of decision making, that often workers are put in a kind of disadvantaged position of often not having transparency, of not having autonomy in relation to work. So I think it's very important not to take technology as almost a force of nature. There's a narrative component to technology, which is what are the promises that different actors make about technology. Then there's the lived experience of technologies, of workers interacting on a day-to-day basis with technologies, which may be very different from the narratives. And then there's also technology as an instrument of power, which is what does technology as a tool that can be wielded in a certain way, and what does it do? I'm trained as an ethnographer, so I'm very much a qualitative researcher. I was very much drawn to the ability to be able to talk to people, essentially, become embedded, understand their own points of view, but also expertise in their own work. So I'm very much motivated by that aspect of it, but also just the fact that technology is often an extension of different forms of economic inequality, marginalization, systems of racism and sexism within society that end up becoming replicated through the next iteration of people's relationships to technology. Like, who are these futures for? And that it has to be like at the center of any future that people envision in relationship to technology.